and that'll do an offside trap, and it tells you defence, push up, get higher up the pitch, and just try and play any players into that offside position. It's a risky manoeuvre, but you will see some of the best FIFA players in the world using it so much in defence.
Yeah, no, a lot of people it's their bread and butter. That's their defensive style. It's not something they just kind of do. It's something they do the whole time, and they're just pretty much perfected it, and are really, really effective at it.
Yeah, for sure. So we have 30 minutes remaining in this first match here in Group C. It is 2-2 on aggregate.
The player lock into Ronaldo, unfortunately, does not work. I like that from Kai, though. We're seeing he does love the player lock. It's simple as, and he's really perfected it from what I've seen.
The player locks, yeah, coming through and being really useful. I think the thing that I'm liking here from Kai, we were talking about and we were expecting Michael to, be the more dominant player here, is that Kai seems to be having a lot of confidence in his attack, and that's a big thing for these players to just believe in yourself, in that ability. There's a good press there from Hullet, just clamping down the options, saying you've got no forward passes, you've got no pass to the side. The only way you can keep the ball there is by going back. So he's saying, look, if you go back to centre back, I'm okay with that, but I'm going to press you and see if I can win the ball, and he does exactly that.
Yeah, absolutely. And you can see that one thing to notice, whilst he uses oh, no top true ball is fine there. As he uses Cancelo so much in his offense, you might have spotted it there. He was in the opponent's half when he was getting counterattacked. Yeah. So he was completely missing for defense. So that could be something that could potentially sometime throughout this game be exploited, as we see him used once again in that offense. Ooh, that little double tap pass for a little lob low pass into Hullet nearly resulted in a goal. As we get a corner finally going into the box off the cross.
There's not much reactions from Kai here, is he?
No, dude, he's locked in, bro. He's in the zone. He's locked in. He's a professional. He is literally, he's here to do the job.
I think going back to that, the chance that we saw there with Hullet, Jorginho has actually filled in at right back now. He's brought on Jorginho to come into that right back position. He's got the ability to, switch the ball 30, 40 yards. He switched the ball over to the left-hand side, again, catching the team in transition, and then bang, one pass, found his way into the box.
Yeah, no, he's really opening it really effectively with that kind of going from left to right and back to pretty much right again. As we see Maxman in the box. Can he do anything? No, just once again intercepted.
The byline is such a common thing for a lot of players to drive and get there, but unless you catch them kind of in the break and they've not got all the numbers back, you can get there at times and just have to be a little bit flustered, and it's very difficult to find your way through. And that's where those skill moves and shot cancels come through as well. CR7 lays the ball off.
It just wasn't on. It wasn't on. That's really important. As he gets it back, mistake. Oh, and Allo goes for a little chip volley.
A big save from Van der Sar, and Kai FIFA is on top right now.
He is. He is definitely playing. He's playing with confidence, but also so much focus. Focus is what he has right now, and he's more disciplined. As you can see, he didn't win that ball back from a tackle ending. Michael Fisher made the wrong pass, gave it back to him in a very dangerous area, just outside your box.
And it's interesting to see here, actually, that Michael Fisher changing over, making some tactics. He's feeling like under the pressure. We're seeing Kai get chances to be forward. So what has he changed to? He's matched and said, you know what, I'm going to go to the 4-3-2-1. Now, if you're doing that, would you put your fullback on the same side as the overlap as what Kai is, on that left-hand side? So you'd have your right back on the overlap? Or would you risk it and go, I'm going to come and attack you on the opposite side?
Oh, I really don't know. That's a tough question. Honestly, I'd probably do the left back as well. I'd do the same. I'd just match up. But yeah, you could be bold if you wanted to and just really go for it.
So Maximin on the edge for Kai, going for that little fake shot in. Vieira saying, nope, you are not going through this door today.
Is the true ball on here? Oh, it was covered anyways. It was perfectly marked.
Yep, always going to be covering those over the top through balls. Vieira maybe not being the one that you want to be laying that pass off with.
True.
34 yards. But still cover it just in case, because we know how common they can be.
But I feel like that's a lot of people might complain true balls are too good. But as Rashford goes, and that's against front of play. He's actually just scored just like that.
And that is FIFA. Literally, in the space of 2 minutes, Michael Fisher has managed to just turn this game upside down. 3-2 to Southampton. Kai FIFA is going to be disappointed with that. We still have 7 minutes to go plus added time. Can Kai FIFA for Wolverhampton Wanderers find a way back in this first game in Group C?
That is so... Oh, and now the mistake's coming in. And now you're seeing Rashford in. He just got to knock this forward. He's got all the time in the world. Will he play it across our shoot? Goes for the ball roll scoop. Across turret. The rebound!
Offside. Offside.
Was it off?
Is it?
Yeah, it is
just
on.
offside.
Game is still on. 5 minutes.
Game's still on, but I don't think he needed to go for that extra pass off across. And the ball roll scoop worked perfectly. The Rashford was on the weak foot. He had an opportunity to shoot. And that's when we go back to our previous point. Sometimes maybe just working that 100% chance didn't result in that, though.
Especially because of how good these foot items are. Their shooting is so high. Back them to score. As we see another true ball. Obviously, the press is on, so there's not going to be many defenders. Will he cross it this time? He doesn't. He opts to hold the ball. Now, this could be a tactical masterclass to just run out the clock here instead of risking losing possession from going forward.
Michael Fisher doing what he needs to do to see out this game. We have 1 minute of added time, and Kai FIFA possibly going to get one more chance to play a lock with the Eto, and Hullet intercepts that, and that is game, set, match one in game one in Group C. Southampton with a 3-2 win.
Damn. What a sucker punch at the end. It was really against run and play. Whilst the favorite come out on top, for sure, but Kai was a better player in my opinion.
Yeah, Kai I think played very well there, and credit to Wolverhampton Wanderers, as much as they're going to be disappointed with that result to not at least get that point. I think they can be proud and not proud, I suppose that's the wrong word, but they can be happy with what they did, and they can look to at least try and build on that, because all due respect, we spoke about how good Southampton are with Michael Fisher and Robbie Wilson. Wolverhampton Wanderers knew the task that they had, and they possibly deserve to win that game. But these are the sort of moments where you maybe look back at the end of play today and go, you know what, we just missed out possibly, and that was a game which maybe we should have won.
No, absolutely. I mean, even the draw could have been very, very helpful. To lose, very punishing. But I must say, like you said, this has to give Wolves confidence. You may be thinking that's ridiculous. How are you getting the confidence off a loss? You may think that's outrageous, but it was because they're playing such a good team to just barely lose like that and against the run and play. That's going to set them up perfectly for the next game. Absolutely. And the whole day, not even just the next game. They can feed off how well they played.
100%. And again, you know, these players know the ability. These players play each other on a regular basis across the tournaments, across the whole structure in FIFA. They know how good each other is. Yes, Wolverhampton Wanderers got the loss there, and they're going to be disappointed given how they performed. But at least now going into it, they go, you know what, we played really well. Maybe a little bit unfortunate not to get the result that we wanted. But when we face the likes of Ethan and Nick Seb and Oli Ito and Haywood, we can go, you know what, we've already competed with the best. Let's continue on for that, and we'll get some wins there.
Yeah, it's just confidence, right?
Definitely.
And which is huge in FIFA esports for sure. They're going to have the confidence to rock up now. They're going to be like, okay, we're playing these superstar players, and they'll know we're good enough to be here. We deserve to be here. We can compete with the best.
Yeah, but let's give credit to Michael Fisher. His back was up against the wall for 10-15 minutes during that game. Kai FIFA just kept coming at him, using those player locks really well and working his ways in, and, you know, some big saves from the keeper. But he held on, and that is the key thing. As long as you can just ride that wave, he made that tactical change to the 4-3-2-1, and then literally within the space of 2 seconds, found his way in. Goal.
Yeah, I mean, we definitely aren't giving Fisher enough credit. Like, he didn't get a lucky bounce or something to win this game. He worked his chance and he scored it, right? He did set that up, so it was still really good play from him. I think it's almost because it was just kind of expected. I think that's why we're not giving him enough credit. But of course, he's Southampton. They're the ones walking away with the 3 points, and they're the ones that are going to be topping our group as it stands, with obviously only that one game played. But 3 points is 3 points.
Yeah, and how crucial was the game management at the end. You know, gets in, says, you know what, Ronaldo could have possibly hit it on that left foot, coming across goal, but he said, I'm going to go to the corner and I'm just going to take off the time, which we see in real life football. Sometimes in FIFA, people can be, I don't really want to do that, you know, maybe I'll go for that extra goal. But like we always say, that yeah, 45 minutes can go really quick or it can go really slow. If we did possibly lose the ball there, you never know, Kai FIFA might be in up the other end and putting the ball in the back of the net. Yeah,
so what I was so surprised about is it was Michael Fisher doing that. Now, obviously top player, but rookie season, right? So that screams experience from me, and that was really, really, to do that under the pressure of your first offline event here at the Premier League, to do that when you're only 1 goal up, I'm impressed.
But that's also where, you know, these players have coaches working with them on a regular basis, and some players will have coaches here with them today. That's what they're there in the ear for, to just say, look, take it to the corner, see the game out. Because the player might be in that heat of the moment and think, I'll get another goal. I know they just go ahead and do that properly. So the final result then for us is Southampton picking up the 3-2 win. Joey taking the 1-0 lead in the first leg against Robbie Wilson. And Robbie just doing enough to bring it back and say, let's go and give Michael Fisher the chance to win this game for us at the 1-1 at the end of the first leg.
Yeah, and then over on that second leg, like we said, you know, it was the 2-1 to Michael Fisher, but Kai definitely put on a great performance, and I'm actually really excited to see Wolves later on in the tournament. To be honest, I didn't have them so highly rated, but now I'm excited because I know their games are going to be competitive. I know they're going to show up to everybody. And all the other teams in this group need to now realize this is not an easy game.
Yeah.
We need to play our best against everybody if we expect to go through to tomorrow.
Yeah, and with a 5-team group and only 2 going through, you really do have to be on your game. And talking about games, we'll be going ahead and jumping into our next game very shortly, which I promise you, this is going to be an absolute cracker. We've got Oli Ito versus Nick Step on Xbox and M. Hayward and Ethan on PlayStation side of things. We are going to go over to a quick break, and we're back with you for a cracking match in a few minutes.
Welcome back to the ePremier League Group C, and we got the matchup of the day. In my opinion, I'm so excited. We got Leeds against Crystal Palace.
Yeah, we've got an absolute stormer of a game here for you. We have got Oli Ito on Xbox up against Nick Sneb. And M. Hayward up against Ethan on the PlayStation side of things. What we've got here is Hayward, England international, plays for the E-Lines, and Nick Sneb, let's say, fairly newer to the scene, coming in over the last year or two, but absolutely taking the scene by storm, been performing so well. And then a bit more of an experienced player in Ethan, who I was speaking to him before, talking about how they were happy that Nick Sneb was on Xbox because he's more of an attacking player, I'd say. He's very good inside the 18-yard box. The things he can do with his left stick dribbling and skill cancels is incredible. And Ethan being a little bit more, you know what, I'm happy being the more experienced player. I can look to maybe see out the win if Nick Sneb does have that lead. But in saying that, Oli Ito, his opponent, what a player.
No, I think this is actually an interesting matchup because you got Oli Ito and Nick Sneb who can score for fun.
Yeah.
Okay. Obviously, Alito a bit more established in the scene and probably slightly better defensively. But then you go to the second game and you actually have Ethan against Mitch Hayward, which both of them are kind of a slower, kind of more football style, for lack of a better word, just kind of passing play. And it's weird because they actually kind of match up the same across both legs. Yeah. It's quite interesting.
So what we're saying is the first leg might be full of goals, and the second leg might be a little bit less, possibly.
Well, but then, of course, if one of these people win their first leg by 2 or 3 goals, then the second leg is forced into kind of being that affair. And you're going to have people kind of playing maybe out of their comfort zone. Mitch Hayward, say, if they lose the first leg, it's not going to be used to maybe playing at a deficit like that.
Yeah, for sure. And as you can see, you got the players and their coaches in the background as they do just get set up, sorting out their team, their tactics, their formations, and so on. For Nick Sneb, then, how are you approaching this game?
I think you just got to go for it.
Yeah.
I'll be honest. I think if you think too much about it being Ololito and such an established name within the esport, he may, kind of get in his own mind about it. I think Nick Sneb needs to just know he's good, how good he is, and just go for it.
Yeah, for sure. As we do go ahead and kick things off. So we've got Leeds for Oli Ito kicking from left to right in the white Leeds kit, and Crystal Palace from right to left in the usual Crystal Palace kit for Nick Sneb. And also, Nick Sneb, lifelong Crystal Palace fan.
Yeah, no, he loves Crystal Palace. I talked to him about it so much. He is die-hard fan, like as big a fan as you get. So to then have that additional benefit of getting to play for the club you love, I think that could be, a little hidden factor. That's why I've got them rated so highly. I think he's going to be so passionate and want to perform so well, not just from an individual standpoint, but also because he's representing his club.
Yeah, for sure. It can just mean that little bit more when you are representing your club that you support. So then we just saw some changes coming through, obviously checking the controller settings, doing exactly what we said. Maybe they heard us prior to the game. Maybe they heard us. Jadon Sancho down the left wing, looking to take on Reece James. And Hullet doing what Hullet does best.
Hullet takes it off, Hullet. And then he goes for that over-top through ball instantly. Will he get the bounce this time? No. No, once again, Mr. Ruben Diaz cutting it out.
Doing just about enough against that St. Maximin, who obviously has the pace, just not the physical presence of Ruben Diaz up against that. Ruben Diaz always going to win a shoulder-to-shoulder battle with St. Maximin. So, 4-1-2-1-2 narrow for Nick Sneb at Crystal Palace. Looking to execute maybe the 2 strikers and using them well. You can already see pushing the defence back quite deep. St. Maximin on that last man.
Yeah, he's probably using, I assume, direct passing, right, to really get that opponent's team really deep in the box, and then you can obviously pass into your strikers, create a chance with what Nick Sneb's specialty is, which is pretty much skill moves and shot cancels. So that's how he's really going to be lining up his game, and I don't care who you are. If you're trying to defend that against Nick Sneb, you're going to be in trouble. It is very, very difficult. So we'll see how that pans out.
Yeah, for sure. Apologies. It's a 4-4-2 for Nick Sneb, and I believe the 4-4-2 for Oli Ito as well. So both players matching up against each other, trying to find their way through.
Yeah, you can see Alito quite kind of that quick passing play. Obviously gets intercepted there, and the true ball is on here. Ronaldo plays it through to Maximum. Oh, and he actually gets through, but the goalkeeper rushes out. Mr. Van der Sar picks it up.
That was the right idea from Nixneb as well. He knew that, you know, shoulder to shoulder again with that Diaz St. Maximin. He's not going to win that battle, so he just gives a big flick on with that right stick, angling it in towards goal, trying to just take him for a run. And he just manages to kind of get through, but as you said, Van der Sar there coming out, claiming it, and stopping Nixneb in his tracks.
Yeah, it's actually a really good idea. I feel like not enough people just utilize it, just knocking it forward with the right stick. You know, it's quite underrated, especially when, like you said, going to lose that strength battle, take him on the pace.
Well, the difference is that so many players in that area probably look like a ball goal scoop, and that's kind of what Oli Ito maybe would have been expecting. Makes it easier for him to defend, and Nixneb just trying to get, you know, like we spoke about earlier on, variety in attack, doing the different things. We just see the player lot come through, a really useful one there into Salah St. Maximin with a pretty poor touch from that double tap pass. And
whoa,
Ronaldo!
Whoa, Nixneb, and it goes back and... Yeah. What that is, I'm telling you, I think Nixneb's first ever offline LAN event. The ePremier League is the first time he's been in person. Is that just a bit of nerves, a bit of lack of composure?
Quite possibly. Just getting caught with a goalkeeper, sometimes going back to him. Easiest thing to do is go, you know what, just get it long, reset and go again from there. But a cheap goal for Nixneb to give away. Oli Ito is going to say thank you very much. I will take that. But also as well, though, there was still some good composure from Oli Ito. He could have hit it straight away. He didn't. He just took it back, laid it off, and then went for that simple tapping.
Yeah, really, that extra pad, like, he could have easily just shot. He saw the goalkeeper's not there, just shoot. And I think it would have got blocked, or
quite possibly.
If it had done. So it was great decision making from Oli Ito.
So not the start that Nixneb and Crystal Palace were after, but for Oli Ito and Leeds, they are in dreamland right now. Again, a reminder, both of these players, very aggressive, very attacking. They score goals. Their method almost is, you know what, you can score 4, I'll score 5.
No, absolutely. It is that outscoring style. And I think, luckily for Nixneb, whilst that goal has gone in, I don't think one goal is too big a margin, you know, in this game with how attacking both of them play.
Yeah, definitely. And when they both are so attacking and they commit numbers forward, like you can already see here, committing on that left-hand side, and then Nixneb taking the advantage on the right-hand side. Rashford working it in, just trying to find an angle into the 18-yard box, trying to find a pass in to Sancho, or just getting cut out. But yeah, going back to that when both players are so aggressive in attack and they commit men forward, it just goes hand in hand at the other player. When they hit on the counter, they're up against less men, much easier to score goals. Yeah, and that's really making this game so open as Ronaldo passes it across, and easy little finish. I like how calm you are right there, because you know what, for me and you, we're just used to seeing them go in, aren't we? Really?
It is pretty standard. It is pretty standard. You could see it coming from a mile away. But like we said, you know, this game has goals. It's 1-1. Nixneb conceding early really wasn't that big of a deal. Game is still on. Both of these teams are going to keep going at each other. We're going to see plenty of goals. It's far from finished.
And that won't be the first and final time you'll see that sort of goal today. Laying it into the 18-yard box, passing it over to an extra man and saying, here you are, St. Maximin. I've put the dinner on the plate. Now all you got to do is eat it. Nice and simple.
Yeah, simple.
34th minute. 1-1 in this first leg between Leeds and Crystal Palace. Oli Ito taking a goal from a bit of a cheap one from Nixneb, giving it away with his goalkeeper, and then Nixneb just coming back into it as we Salah driving down towards the byline. Looking to lay that off. St. Maximin, can he dance? Can he beat his Diaz? He lays that ball off, and Ronaldo.
And it's the same.
And as I say, that won't be the first and final time you see that goal. And for Nixneb, that's a disappointing time to concede just after getting back into the game.
It is tough. I don't know if you had noticed, that was actually still from kickoff. He did not lose the ball once. He did a really slow build-up and just utilized, I don't know if you know, his left back for Nixneb literally took one step out of position, played it in, and had that chance down the byline. You're actually also seeing Oli Ito has gone for Team of the Year, Ronaldo.
Yep.
Not the foot birthday, but still scores regardless.
Yeah, exactly. Ronaldo is never going to miss from there, no matter what foot you put him on. Although I have seen it, so maybe I'll eat my own words.
Yeah, it can happen.
It can indeed. So 2-1, 39th minute. Oli Ito just picking the ball up on the halfway line, linking back up with Varane. And we see these switches so common. And talk me through, runners. If you're sat at home and you're looking at that and you're going, why do they keep switching the ball? What's the reason behind it? Yeah, well, you got a few things. I mean, one is literally you're just kind of holding the ball. You just want to, get a feel for the game. Secondly is obviously you're just dragging the team left to right of your opponent, trying to get some space, maybe get it then on. So switch it to your right back. Maybe your right mid is on. You see it's not, so you can switch it back over to that other side. And also, with it closing in at half-time, the 44th minute, Oli Ito saying, I'm going to make sure that I hold this ball until this last whistle before the referee does blow and call it for half-time. Corner coming in. Can Oli Ito grab one more?
A direct corner for a change. Tries to knock it on. Won't be successful. But as he did hold the ball out there, there'll be no chance for a corner counter-attack.
And Kante putting his life on the line there. That was head down at boot level and said, I'm going to do everything I can to defend here.
That's what you get from that team of Kante.
Yeah.
It's the passion. You know?
Yeah, the passion is there and everywhere. So, 2-1 for Oli Ito and Leeds. Nick Snebb, I don't think he needs to be too worried about that first half. I think Oli Ito did really well to grab that second goal. The first goal, yeah, maybe a little bit of nerves getting to it. But other than that, hasn't been all too much either side. I think it's been a very even game.
It has. I still would probably edge it to Alito. I think he's kind of shown a bit more experience.
Yeah.
I think he definitely has played with less mistakes. But overall, yeah, from a kind of chance creation point of view, it's been quite even.
As we kick things off into the second half, and I think the funny thing here is when you see, obviously, the player cameras and we get the reactions, which is great from the ePremier League for the production, to really feel that emotion between these players. You look at it, Nick Snebb, I don't think his head could get any closer to the monitor. Well, Oli Ito, further back, a bit more further away.
Yeah, no, everybody's got their preference, right? Like, some people want to be right up close to the monitor. Some people like a little bit of distance, sit back. And really, it's just up to you.
But used to play a lot there from Oli Ito, trying to send the Salah down on that right wing. Because the ball was played in the air ever so slightly, I think he tried to do a right stick to get the pace to go. Because the ball was in the air, unfortunately, that then means that Salah says, I'm going to flick this ball up. Oli Ito not wanting that to happen. But the right idea, right intentions, just bad execution.
Absolutely. And we're speaking of Salah, a bit of an interesting choice.
Yeah, for sure.
Well, we've seen people been using that FUT birthday FUT item, Sancho.
Yeah.
But who would you... I'm more of a Sancho fan now for the 5-star, 5-star. Like I said, Salah, he's good, but 3-star weak foot, 4-star skills, I don't know about all that.
I think when you're picking Salah, you're picking him in your team to do one thing, or two things, actually.
Yeah,
two things.
Tell me.
It's pace, and it's a finesse.
Simple as.
You're just working it in on that left, cutting in, getting it on that left foot, and saying, I'm going to test the goalkeeper here. But I am surprised, actually, so far today, Ranners, that we haven't seen from either games so far that we've been watching any long-range shots, any finesses.
Yeah, I can't believe we saw one in like the second minute.
Yeah.
We hyped it up. We were explaining why it's so good, so effective, and then it proceeds nobody uses it. And I just don't understand. It does go back to your point of people just want to work it in the box, get that 100% chance, and maybe they feel like they're wasting possession. As we get an ambitious cross there on the left.
Yeah, Sancho trying to whip that in, but the defender just equal to it. And it's funny because I'm sure the viewers are sat here listening to me and you right now and going, these two just talk dribble, really. Those finesses they're on about, no one's even done one. No one's scored one.
Ah, man. The players making us look bad, huh?
Yeah.
Like, damn.
I know.
Nah, I'm sure everybody watching, they played enough FUT chance games to know that those finesses go in, especially green timed.
Yeah, for sure. Cancelo out on the left-hand side now for Nick Snebb. Can he work his way into a shooting angle as he's just looking to try and force his way through? You can see Oli Ito, the two banks of four, defending as best as he can. Hullet not coming back there, so has to switch over to the Varane. Rashford managing to get into the 18-yard box into Ronaldo, lays that off, and Diaz just gets ahead of the St. Maximin and takes that one away.
It was such good passing as well, but we're just seeing that final pass. It really was not on at any stage, but he just kind of went for it. I don't know, was that I'm just going to try, see does it work? Or was it maybe almost a panic pass to some degree where he just chucked it and hoped somebody was free? So I'm not too sure what the idea was there. But anyways, we have Salah for Alolito. Will he go for that finesse? Absolutely not, apparently. Although back to him. Will he? He went for it. He went for it.
He liked it.
It did get tackled. But you know what? I'm happy at least he went for it.
And the big thing is there as well, though, for Oli Ito is that he's shown Nick Snebb that he was out. Otherwise, we do see a chance. Rashford looking to take on the Hullet, but Hullet taking it away. Going back to that he's shown him, you know what, I'm happy to try and look for a finesse here with Salah. So now, next time he gets into that position, Nick Snebb has to think, is he going byline? Or is he going to try and look and cut in for this finesse again?
Yeah, that's the thing. Like, people were just predictable. If you don't take that finesse, nobody's going to cover it, and you're not going to get people dragging and pressing defenders for you. But as soon as you do one finesse, you can actually make your opponent drag players, and then you can proceed to play those passes that kind of open up.
Yeah, for sure. Now, just seeing some changes there. Nick Sneb going through and ensuring that he's got all of his tactical changes, 4-2-2, on the ultra defensive side of things, that he had that set up. Is this a conversation at 20 minutes to go with the quality of Oli Ito and obviously the quality of Nick Sneb? Could this possibly be a, I'm happy taking 2-1. I'm passing it over to my teammate?
I think neither of them are going to go too attacking now for sure. But at the same time, like they're just going to play their game. I think they're not probably thinking about it too much. As long as it doesn't get ugly, they're okay to just play their game and try to get goals.
See the Kante make an advancing run there. Ronaldo inside the 18-yard box. One little turn. Bullet. Can he beat the defender? If he does it, he points the back of the net. And we were talking about it. And it was that extra pass off across. But that left stick dribbling, phenomenal.
It was. But also, we were back to the 5-star weak foot. I don't know if you noticed there, but what happened was it fell into Hulle. He didn't know which way he was going to go. Next time, you see, he gambles actually on the left.
Yeah.
But he took it on the right, scores the goal.
Yeah. And that is the beauty of having a 5-star weak foot. It's a gamble. It's a 50-50.
It is.
Which way are we going to go? We're going to go left. We're going to go right. It makes it much harder for the player to defend. And that is such a crucial goal in this tie, because now, a reminder, the way that the system is set up is that you play one leg on Xbox with your Xbox player. You play a second leg on PlayStation. Xbox is always first. And now, Ethan, at the minute, has got a minimum 2-goal deficit to pull back.
Now, the problem you're really facing is the play style of Mitch Haywood. He is so good at possession style play and defense.
Yeah.
So if you're going into a game 2 goals down off the bat and you have to chase that game, it's not going to be fun. It's not going to be easy.
It will be a very difficult task. But for now, we're still in this game. We've got 10 minutes to go. I'm sure Nick Sneb would love to at least get 1 goal for his teammate to make his task a little bit easier. But for Oli Ito and Mitch Haywood right now, they'll be very happy going into the second leg at 3-1.
Yeah, absolutely. To be honest, from Oli Ito, it's just been a very clinical play. His passing, his shooting, it's really just been really good. And it's kind of showed, and that's why it is 3-1.
Yeah, for sure.
As we have Leeds just kind of holding the ball. I think Aladito is probably okay with 3-1. I think he's pretty happy with that, right? He knows if he then goes in to playing Mitch, playing Ethan with that 2-goal lead, it's going to be fine. So we're kind of slowing it down. But Nick Sneb, on the other hand, is kind of desperate to pretty much bring it back to 3-2 because he knows how difficult it will be for his teammate Ethan. Once again, just pretty much holding it. Probably going to hold it out now. There's only a minute left. No real need to go forward. As you can see, he's literally just passing it across. Gonna run it out.
1 minute of added time. Cancelo on the ball. Finds a pass into CR7. There might be an opportunity here for another goal. Little bit heavy. Rashford does keep it in, though. Tries to drive the byline. Finds a pass up across. 1 extra more.
Oh, my God. That was sensational.
And that is why he's one of the best players in the world right now.
He's ridiculously good. He is ridiculously good. That last attack, and you see Nick Sneb disappointed. It's tough. That was just incredible. You know,
it's a tough pill to swallow for Nick Sneb, but I think that's actually something that we saw. Like, he was patient for Oli Ito. He had the ball. You know, I'm probably not going to say anything else. Plays that one pass, a little double tap pass. Rashford keeping it in, which was the big part about it. But the ability to find that byline drive with the seal move, not many players could do that.
No, it was ridiculous. It was phenomenal. It was so good. And it deserved the goal. Like, absolutely. Just great play from Alalito. He's really showing his class.
And then Ethan, when he got it into the St. Maximin, didn't panic, didn't shoot, still composed, found the extra man, and said, here, have this one.
Yeah, no, I mean, we're talking about 100% goals, and Alalito seems to be that specialist. He knows what he's doing. As we get a replay here, Maximin doesn't even shoot.
It's that. He could have hit that with St. Maximin, right? He just says, no, I'm going to find my CR7, my Ronaldo, and he just goes ahead and has the simple goal. All of these goals are very similar. That extra pass off across, it sounds like we're a broken record, repeating ourselves over and over and over again. But 4 shots, 4 goals.
And then 1 shot, 1 goal.
Yeah. And that
So
100%, 100% chances.
And they were, by definition, 100% chances. And honestly, it was just great FIFA. And it deserved all those goals. They were really well taken chances.
And if you're Mitch Hayward right now, you're licking your lips saying, I have got a 3-goal deficit. He can't mess it up, surely.
Now, with that 3-goal lead, he's just going to be chilling. He's an expert in holding leads. As simple as. He is that guy. So for him to be going into this game 3-0 up. Now, to be fair, Ethan is a quality, top quality player. So if anybody can do it, he's certainly one of the guys that can. So I'm definitely not ruling it out yet. But it's going to be just an uphill task.
For sure. And we have got the second leg coming up with you very shortly. For now, we're going to head over to a quick break, and then we'll go through this second leg.
Welcome back to the ePremier League. Next up, we do have that second leg of the Leeds United and Crystal Palace game. The first leg ended 4-1 to Leeds, so they have a 4-1 lead going in to the second leg. Gonna make it a very, very tough task for Ethan to bring it back.
Yeah, for sure. It's going to be a very, very difficult ask of Ethan. As we said before the break, if there is any player that can do it, it's Ethan. But like we spoke about before, Mitch Hayward, very, very good defensively. Almost going into this, Ollie Ito and Mitch Hayward had the conversations about how do we want to play it. Ollie Ito being first on Xbox. Mitch Hayward is very comfortable saying, you know what, if you can just hold on to a 1 or 2-0 lead, yeah, he's clear as day with that.
Yeah, no, he's loving it. It's his ideal thing. Now, where that'll come back to bite them, I think, is if Ollie ever loses a game. Obviously, that's not going to be a common occurrence, but if that happens, Mitch may struggle, you know, getting back into games and chasing a deficit. But in a scenario like this, where he's got a 3-0 lead going into the second leg, this is literally his bread and butter. This is what he's best at. Yeah,
for sure. I think the also difficult thing is that for Ethan, it's, well, I've got a 3-goal lead. I've only got 90 minutes to get it. You know, there's no extra time. Obviously, it will be a point if he does manage to pull it back and it goes to a draw. Does he go constant pressure straight away, or does he just go for a heavy press, or does he just go, you know what, let's just maybe get through the first 45 and see how it goes?
I definitely wouldn't go constant press off the start anyways. You can maybe do a press after press lofts or press on heavy touch. Problem with constant press, you got two main issues to do it from the start that I see. One, realistically, you're going to concede if you constant press the whole game. You're going to concede even more goals. Yep. So you might not. Second issue, you cannot do 90 minutes with constant press.
Yeah.
Your stamina will run out. So when you turn it off then, you know? So I think you got to start off with something a little tamer, a little calmer. Hope you score first, and then kind of go from there. Decide then, okay, when do you score that first goal? If you score it kind of early, then you can kind of play out. If you score maybe even before half time, you can still kind of get back into it, but that's kind of what I would be going for.
For sure. And the thing is as well, though, is that if we do see Ethan and Crystal Palace maybe grab the first goal in 15, 20 minutes, it's now only 2 goals, and that is more achievable for Ethan to try and pull it back.
Yeah, like that last goal for Leeds, the fourth, really, to make it a 3-goal deficit was kind of rough, because a 3-goal lead feels a lot bigger than a 2-goal lead. But yeah, 1 goal, and it's definitely game on.
Yeah, for sure. So then, let's kick things off. 4 minutes into this second leg, with Leeds having a 4-1 lead. Mitch Hayward, as we spoke about, going to be happy to pass the ball around. Be patient. Mitch Hayward, from speaking to him yesterday, watching him a lot throughout the qualification process. We see a long-range finesse, unfortunately, doing nothing there. Throughout the qualification process, 5 at the back.
Yeah. I mean, it is what it is. It's great defensively. I'm not the biggest fan anymore.
I feel like Ranners isn't a big fan of the 5 at the back, and I'm sure a few of you watching maybe agree on that side. But we'll see if we do see that at any point throughout the day, whether he does want to look for those numbers. And he's actually a big fan of playing Jorginho at right back.
Yeah, a lot of people are. It's actually like surprisingly popular for sure. I mean, he has all the attributes of right back. Well, that's what Team of the Year cards give you, right? They're so good at so many things. You can really play them in a lot of places.
Same maximum breaking pass.
Oh my God. Oh, the green timed as well, but a great save from Schmeichel denies Saint Maxim. And unfortunately, Ethan does run it out of play.
So, no goal there for Ethan, but the key thing is a big chance, right? And if you're thinking about going into this, knowing you've got a 3-goal lead to chase, confidence is key. Of course, he wanted that to find the back of the net any day. But at least he knows, you know what, I've started off this game, maybe on the front foot with that chance. Well, we'll come.
For sure. And what was a bit interesting was, when you slightly mentioned it, the long-range finesse that Mitch Hayward did take, that was, you know, not really needed. He could have completely just held the ball longer. Yeah. He could have ran down that clock. It seems to me that he, I guess, wants maybe an extra goal to really solidify it. Maybe he doesn't want to just time waste it out, and he doesn't want to give Ethan the chance to just attack him the whole game and maybe eventually score. He wants to play this like a 0-0 for at least the start. Maybe in the second half or in 30 minutes that'll change. But at the moment, it looks like he's actually just playing like it's a normal 0-0 game.
Yeah, quite possibly. And I suppose at times as well, that can work in your advantage, because when you know you've got that big lead and you do just sit deep, it can actually you can just struggle to get back out of that if you ever need to. And you can just allow the opponent to have that pressure and constantly keep coming forward. So maybe just saying, look, you know what? Let's treat the first half as a normal first half, and then second half, I'll maybe look to start to shut up shop.
Yeah, because it will just invite so much pressure. As you see, was going forward there, does obviously lose the ball, giving Ethan a chance to kind of just pass it out with Hullet. Now over to Kante.
And the great thing is how often these players use their fullbacks as well. They're the guys that have the most amount of space on the pitch a lot of the times. They're so free out in that area. They just allow them to really transition into that final third, bring your team forward and see the constant changes of play, get it out to Cancelo and then trying to work a way through. But Salah will be the one to pick it up for Hayward and Leeds.
Goes for that true ball. Does not work. Definitely could have gone for a slower build-up, but I guess for him, that was worth the risk of trying that pass because that would have been a huge payoff if it did somehow find Ronaldo.
Yeah, for sure. Seen a bit of a cagey affair to start off with. Both players looking to go forward, losing the ball in a few areas. No real other chances other than that one we saw for Ethan. That power shot across goal.
Maximum skins his defender with that scoop 10 and then into a ball roll scoop. Does not find the pass, unfortunately, though.
And Ethan there is going to be very frustrated with the Cristiano Ronaldo. He was there for that pass off across and he didn't move. He stood there. He wanted him. You could see, just move, come back, show for me. And he just stood there on the 6-yard box and didn't show that support. But again, Ethan still pressuring a little bit, getting into those areas, asking questions of Mitch Hayward's defence and of Leeds.
Absolutely. And what you've actually been seeing from Ethan a lot, it's not something he's really known for, but he's been whipping out a good few skill moves. And I think the amount of skill moves pros kind of use at events always shows that confidence level.
Yeah.
When you're not feeling confident, you're not doing skill moves. You're literally going like just slow passing, left stick dribbling. But if you're whipping out skill moves, you're feeling confident, you know you're good enough to win.
And it is like a game of chess at times. You know, I move this player here, you move that player. I do this pass here, you go that way. And it can just be moving the players apart. And that's where skill moves at times, as the players aren't moving out of those positions, can just unlock it. And we saw that scoop turn with St. Maximin driving past the man, getting in to that byline area, just allowing Ethan to get into an aggressive position.
Here we see the overlapping run of Cancelo, which puts him in a great byline position. Will he be able to find that pass in? Bounces back, goes again, not going to work. Gets cut out by Varane. But like you said, these fullbacks are getting used everywhere as we see the first time over top through ball to Ronaldo one-on-one with the goalkeeper, passes it on. Man, he gets blocked again. Oh my God, the blocks that we are seeing today. That's rough.
Very, very big chance. And those are the sort of ones that you have to take. It looked like Ethan had been composed. He laid the ball off, said, I'm going to get a simple tap in here. Vieira, the slide tackle. Now what? I think we can give credit to Mitch Hayward there, though. I think that's him sliding. I do think he's read that and said, you're going to lay this along the ground, I'm going to slide tackle. And what's he got to lose anyway? The goal was almost basically done. You might as well slide and try and intercept it. And if you don't, well, so be it.
Yeah, I think you nailed the head on the...
Hit the nail on the head.
Hit the nail on the head with that one. Because, once again, that's something where you may... look at it and say, oh, Ethan messed that up. Well, no, not really. That was just really good defending from Mitch to really react to that situation.
Yeah. 38 minutes on the clock. We are still at 0-0, but 4-1 on aggregate for Leeds. For Oli Ito and for Mitch Hayward right now, they are looking very good to pick up their first 3 points in Group C. And Ethan and Nixneb possibly starting off the group with no points.
Yeah, but it's good interception here. Laying it through to Ronaldo. This needs to be a goal. Goes for that finesse. Ooh. Not timed. Not timed.
Not timed. That right there is such a good setup to lay yourself onto that strong foot and look for that finesse. And I'm happy we've seen it because, as I said, we spoke about them earlier on, talking about how good they are. But he didn't time it. I don't even think he attempted it. I didn't see any indication.
He did not try to time it. I guess he just thought, this is Cristiano Ronaldo. I back this foot item to score here. I'm not going to risk timing it. Unfortunately, did not pay off. And with the finesses, I feel like, especially these pros, they're so good at timing them that they should really just try to it. It might have just been a nerves thing.
Possibly. I do think Ethan, if he was looking back on that, would agree that maybe he should have gone for that timed attempt. I think if you green time it, it hits the target, definitely, and then it's all down to the goalkeeper. But as it is half-time, it does stay the same as what we kick things off with 0-0. 4-1 for Leeds. 3-goal deficit obviously still in favour of them. And it's looking like, I think as a whole, Mitch can be fairly content with that half. You know, I think Ethan has had. Really, I would class that Ronaldo chance as a big chance. I actually think that's just as good as a goal-scoring position as almost one-on-ones on FIFA. Because if you green time them, they have a very good opportunity to find the back of the net. Obviously, it did in that case. So we had the shot across goal where we green timed it. Goalkeeper made a big save. We had the one-on-one where we laid it back off across. A massive tackle from the Vieira for Mitch Hayward. And then that last chance that we saw at the end. So they're 3 chances that even if you convert the 2 of them, you're straight back in this tie.
Yeah, so are you that happy if you're Mitch Hayward?
Well, yeah.
Because you've been giving up a lot of chances. Well, you're happy because you haven't conceded.
Because he's not conceded.
Yeah,
he's giving up the chances and he's going, hey, I'm still cruising, so I'm good. That's the key thing. Like, yes, he's given up the chances, Mitch Hayward, but out of the 2 right now, Ethan needs goals and he needs them sooner rather than later. So Mitch Hayward definitely, although the chances obviously came through, as we see a sloppy pass there, that's not the Mitch Hayward that we normally tend to see.
Wins it back instantly, though.
He does, Jorginho.
Ooh, and you're just seeing a bit more space kind of open up as, of course, Ethan has to go for this now. So it's not going to be a slow game. He's going to be flying.
I'm very surprised by the game plan that I've seen from Mitch Hayward here, actually.
Oh, back pose. Oh, that was such an unfortunate jump, even though he did green time the header. So he tried to green time the header, not the finesses, though.
Going back to it, I'm very surprised by Mitch Hayward's game plan here. I thought I'd see a little bit more ball holding, time racing essentially, but I think he's actually been wanting to go forward and get goals.
Yeah, I'm very surprised, especially in the second half. The first half I could kind of understand. Yeah. Second half, look, the constant press isn't even on from Ethan. Just hold it. There's no need. There's literally no reason to go forward right now. Just go forward.
It is very, very surprising from Mitch Hayward. I think as well, though, maybe Oli Ito's had a conversation with him and said, look, I'm happy for you to play your game, but as soon as you concede that first goal, if you do, then shut up shop. Maybe Oli Ito wants his teammate to build a bit of confidence going into these next 2 games as well, because if Mitch Hayward draws this 0-0, yeah, 3 points on the board, job done, but you also want to feel like you've done more. Like, you know, you've scored goals and you've got into your rhythm, so that could also be a factor.
Yeah, you would have had no kind of experience from trying to just build attacks completely correct. But I guess he has got some here now. He has been playing this game pretty openly, just kind of ignoring the aggregate scoreline. And lucky for him, I mean, it's worked out because he hasn't conceded. But it could have been a completely different game had Ethan tucked away those chances.
We also see Ethan trying to send centre-backs on a run, send players forward, find a way, find a different angle to ask the questions of Mitch and Leeds' defence.
Yeah, he's kind of, I feel like Mitch now in the last 10 minutes has been starting to hold the ball just a little bit more. Obviously the press now coming in from Ethan. I think Mitch was trying to get that through the hull. I think he definitely had a lot of space there.
Yeah, for sure. Ronaldo switching it out wide to Sancho. Sancho up against Cancelo. Can he take his man on? Absolutely not, because Cancelo locks down those wings time and time again.
See, I think we'll see maybe a bit more switching here. Oh, it's actually going forward. Now, yeah, he's just being a bit smarter in possession. Plays over top through ball because it was definitely on.
I mean, that's a big thing as well, isn't it? That when the constant press comes over the top through balls into the channels, getting it out to the wings is the easiest way to beat the press.
It is, and I suppose he's probably happier losing the ball in his opponent's box than here. But you see Huller going through, driven pass across, green time! First time shot with Ronaldo, but it's a block yet again.
Ethan is going to feel very hard done by in this game. He's going to feel like he's created 3 to 4 golden chances as Cancelo just bullies Salah off the ball there. He is going to feel like he's had some chances right now, just not his day.
It is true, but there, even with the first time shot, maybe had it been Alolito, he would have gone for that extra touch and really solidified that chance. Here, is Ethan just shooting instantly? Is he panicking? Panicking might not be the right word. Is he just shooting a little bit too much instead of creating a better chance?
Quite possibly, as we see Jadon Sancho down on that left wing, driving towards the byline, looking for that pass off, manages to find it, but that is a big, big save from Van der Sar. I think maybe now it might be a little too late, so I don't think that goal is going to make too much of a difference for Hayward regardless.
Yeah, unfortunately, there's only 15 minutes left. To score even 3 goals on the try is looking very, very unlikely. But, of course, still possible with Cancelo trying that driven pass once again. But, honestly, it's just not been working. It's not.
Hayward wanted the goalkeeper to come and claim that ball there and just pick that up and take it off him. But I think there was a big factor that played a part in that. Hayward was doing his best to keep the ball in play. Stop him from making changes. Don't give him the subs. Don't allow him to get those new players on, those fresh legs on the pitch. The longer I can keep the ball on the pitch, the better.
Yeah, it might not even just be subs. It could be Ethan just needs to change tactics. He might not have the specific game plan set up that he wants to maybe go into. So there's also that factor. Now, luckily for Mitch, I mean, regardless of kind of what Ethan does now, it's going to be ridiculously unlikely for Ethan to get back in this game. However, that was a smart play from him. Yeah,
for sure. And we definitely spoke about as well that Mitch Hayward, one of the best players at a 0-0. Now, don't get me wrong, Ethan's had chances in this game, and this could have been a very different result should he have buried 1 or 2. But Mitch Hayward living up to our expectations.
Yeah, no, as we predicted, it is still 0-0 approaching the 80th minute. And now, obviously, there's going to be a lot of chances at the end because Ethan's going to absolutely fly forward and just throw everything at this. As he goes for that first-time shot again. But I'm just wondering, once again, should we take that extra touch?
Cross comes in. Green time in the header, but Varane not getting ahead of his man. 80 minutes on the clock. We've got 10 minutes to go. Can Ethan even find a goal? Maybe to give himself that bit of confidence going into our next few matches. Whipping it in the back stick, and that is Rashford on the defensive duties. Of all people.
Yeah, when in doubt, hit it out. Gives up the corner, but at least it's better than a goal. Crosses in, but wins the header. Does fall back to Ethan, however, on the wings. Kind of crossing everything. That actually really worked.
It was a really, really nice ball there. Just whipping that in.
Oh, as he sends it down the byline. Oh.
Goal kick. But yeah, really, really fantastic ball there to even attempt that. Not many players would go for that. It was a kind of a sneaky sort of cross.
Yeah.
And nearly finding the man at the near post. And sometimes that's what you just need to elevate the game to that next level, to just think of things that other players wouldn't have gone for. But it is looking comfortable for Leeds now to see through their first game and to join our first winners from the group, Southampton.
Yeah, we're going to see Southampton and Leeds obviously at the top of the group, just chilling with Wolves and supposedly Palace. I assume they do end up losing this tie right at the bottom, unfortunately.
As the players just carry on making some more tactical changes. Mitch probably just sitting a little bit deeper, maybe dropping the depth a little bit, saying, you know what, attackers, let's come back on defence. You know, come and help the boys out. Come and put a shift in. We saw Rashford there coming in and, you know, knocking it away. There is 7 minutes left.
Yeah, no, I mean, just that Rashford, you know, when that header shows he definitely has everybody on come back on defence. His depth is dropped. Everything is just get back. Let's defend this. Because unfortunately, Ethan really just isn't going to find that pass into the box at all. And it's going to be a counter-attacking chance for Hayward. Score another goal. Could come in to play later as he does square it across Ronaldo, gets a tap in. Of course, Ethan not too concerned at this stage. And neither is Mitch. Going to be celebrating a 5-1 goal.
I think the things there as well, though, is that, you know, Ethan's got all of his players on constant pressure, get here high up the pitch. We see this a lot. When you're chasing a big lead, 20 minutes to go, it either goes one or two ways. You pull back that lead and you do the greatest of comeback, or your opponent does manage to find their way through a very, very, you know, few people in defence. So Mitch, I think we're happy to score that anyway, just to get on the score sheet and feel like, you know what, I'm good going into next to it as well. I've defended great, and I've also grabbed the goal.
Yeah, absolutely. As you see, probably the last chance of the game into Ronaldo. Goes for that reverse last goal, gets the penalty. So here's a chance to at least get one goal.
Is it going to be a Panenka?
Panenka? Nah.
No, you're not feeling it?
Bottom left. Oh, I did got him!
Knew it!
Mitch would have said, not here, bro. Not happening. Not in my house.
As the players do go ahead and shake hands and say GG, congratulations to Leeds, who do go ahead and pick up the full 3 points, and commiserations to Crystal Palace, leaving the first game with 0 points. And really, it was an uphill task for Ethan.
It was always going to be ridiculously difficult, although he can, you know, take pride in that chance creation. He knows he's able to create chances. He's playing good FIFA. Obviously, maybe a little bit of extra composure to maybe convert those chances would be nice. But he was playing good. His defense was good. Like, he didn't concede until at the end when he was on constant press, right? So he didn't really concede. So he's looking good. Had that not been 4-1, you know, could have been in the first leg. The second leg could have definitely shaped up a lot differently. But I think Ethan be feeling okay. I think he knows he's playing good. As we do see, the final result 5-1. It's going to be tough to take, but I think they're going to be okay. And to be fair, losing to Leeds, you know, Leeds probably going to top the group, realistically, especially after that performance. And it's top 2 to go through. So that second spot completely up for grabs. So I wouldn't worry too much.
Yeah, for sure. And that now looks like this in Group C. Everyone bar Manchester United has played so far. And it is Leeds with Oli Ito and Mitch Haywood who have 1 win, 3 points, and a goal difference of 4 as we just saw that game. Our first game of the day was Robbie Wilson and Michael Fisher for Southampton, who picked up a win against Wolverhampton Wanderers. Obviously, as I said, Manchester United, no points on the board yet, but because they haven't played, we did have Wolverhampton Wanderers with Joey and Kai FIFA on 1 game played and 0 points, just narrowly missing out to Southampton. And then, as we saw, Crystal Palace, bottom of the group.
Yeah. So, I mean, later on, we will be having, obviously, a lot more games. We'll be having Southampton against Crystal Palace. It's going to be our next game. So, Palace actually playing back-to-back games. Will that help the momentum?
Quite possibly. That game is scheduled for a short while, but before that, we do have an exhibition match to go ahead and take a look at very shortly. We're back with you soon.
matchup happening behind us. We've got Liv Cook with Lisa Manley, that's one pairing. Then we've got Footheader with Rosie Committer as well. So awesome to see this. Before we get into this game, let's just talk a little bit again about how women in FIFA are growing. Agra, I'm going to come to you and talk a little bit more about Focus Clan and Fabian. She's become the first ever woman to qualify for an FGS qualifier. I mean, this is a massive deal in terms of how difficult it is to even qualify for these events.
Yeah, it's an amazing achievement, really. It's so hard to qualify for that 1% of players who are coming to the qualifiers. You need to go. You need to win a lot of games in division rivals in the highest elite division, which is very tough. So I mean, it's a massive statement, I think, and very impressive.
Yeah, super impressive. There's so many of these women coming through as well. There's someone else I want to talk about from RB Leipzig as well, Lena. So she's a female that's doing the job over there for Leipzig. She's actually an under-23 player for Leipzig and has also been signed for their esports division as well. Again, it just reiterates that when you're good at football, you can transfer those skills onto the virtual pitch. Lisa, I know, was a footballer back in the day before injury put that career pathway to bed. So she transferred to FIFA.
I mean, it just, like you said, goes to show how knowing the game in real life translates to knowing the game on FIFA. There's little stuff that potentially people that don't know or watch the game in real life might not be able to pick up on FIFA. Whereas, for example, Lisa or Lena know these different things. They know where to position themselves. They know where to position their players. They know what to do in certain situations. And they also have that mental fortitude to maybe be able to bounce back from a goal down or be able to fight. So I'm really looking forward to this game and seeing if Lisa shows that.
Kyle, it's one leg though, and these pairings never play with each other. So this may be the first time they've ever played with each other in a duo. How tricky is this going to be?
Well, they're both going to have to adapt very, very quickly. I have a feeling that Footheader and, of course, Lisa Manley, they'll be doing a lot of the work, maybe, for Liv and for Rosie. I can see that Rosie is just taking a quick look at Header's screen. She's watching, she's learning, as she says just there, trying to get some final tips and tricks before we get into this game. Do you know how to pass, shoot? Oh, good, it's all right, it's okay.
Actually,
that's all I can do, so that's all right.
Rosie was actually a part of another female FIFA event actually at Christmas time, and Maz Pacheco from Aston Villa was the captain of that, and they actually played pro clubs as well, 4v4. They did 2v2 FIFA as well. They did some skill-based games, and Rosie was on that winning team, so she has in fact got the skills. She's been practicing. She was on broadcast with me a couple of weeks ago as well as a commentator and co-host, so she knows the game inside and out. And actually, she's up to the northwest somewhere after this to play tomorrow in a match as well. So she's jumping on a train straight after this, going to put her football boots on and play for Watford as well. So busy woman over there. So FIFA to football, that's exactly what we're going to see, Tom.
What a weekend this could be for her, by the way. 2 wins, a W today, a W tomorrow. This could be huge.
Yeah, I mean...
Who have you got tomorrow, Rosie? Sunderland. She's playing Sunderland tomorrow. There we go. I should have remembered that one. But so busy weekend for Rosie. She's coming back off an injury as well. She had a little bit of a back problem yesterday. So she's here. She's going to play here. And I mean, what would that show, I guess, that, you know, we can do anything. You can go and play football at the weekend, and you can play FIFA, grind it out, 8 hours a day, whatever these girls are doing, and come here and play on the biggest stage, Tom.
Yeah, I mean, literally, like you said, it's all to play for, and literally they can do anything. Anything is possible, and it goes to show they're literally here now. Tomorrow is going to be a quick turnaround as well, and it's all to play for. I'm excited, man. I'm looking forward to it.
Yeah, we are, and we're moments away from that one just there. What a great showcase it is. As we've just said, hashtag things we love to see. We definitely do. And Rach, it's coming up very shortly.
Yeah, it is coming up indeed. Right now, I believe we can hand over to our 2 casters.
Oh, there they are.
For this matchup, Samantha Miller and Brandon Smith. Guys, Sam, I know you do quite a lot of these female FIFA events. How excited are you to be on this big stage with Brandon?
I'm very excited. My first time working with Brandon. He's an excellent professional, and I think we're going to have a very interesting game on our hands today.
Yeah, don't blame yourself down, Samantha Miller. You've done a lot in the space as well. But yeah, we're so excited for this one. I mean, I've had the opportunity just to sit back and just watch how big female FIFA esports has become, to be honest. The She Sports Cup's been fantastic, and from someone that's been heavily involved in that, Samantha, how big has it become? Because we've had 4 of them now, I believe, in total.
I've loved seeing the growth. I feel like we're seeing more and more women's FIFA players becoming professional. They're becoming a community, and you really feel that. I'm loving the link up between each other. They're really spurring each other on in games now, and I'm excited to see who wins this one today.
Yeah, absolutely. It plans to be a fantastic game, this one, as we said. It'll be on FIFA Ultimate Team. We'll be looking at the same rules that the Premier League players have been playing in the ePremier League. Let's talk about the two teams individually. Lisa Manley and Liv Cook, first and foremost, on that left-hand side of the pod you can see there. You've got professional FIFA player, former professional footballer Lisa Manley, with Liv Cook, who is a huge freestyler, massive sort of the influence that she has within the female game. She's actually even hosted a recent E-Champions League tournament I commentated on too. So someone that's just so involved in pretty much everything, football to esports. What do you make of their team coming into this one, firstly?
Firstly, I'm going to go all out and say I'm backing these two to win it. I know Liv Cook, and she's one of the most competitive people I know. She's good at everything. And Lisa Manley, I now know firsthand how good she is. I played her yesterday, and I'm ashamed to say it, but she beat me 12-0. So I saw exactly how Lisa operates. She's very tactical, and I think these two are going to be a great matchup together.
12-0. Did you put the controller down?
I didn't.
You didn't?
I lost track of the score at one point. I had to ask Lisa. I did get a player sent off.
Don't worry. I played Lisa at the media day for the Premier League. She beat me as well. Don't worry. We can both wear that same hat as losers in that. On the flip side, let's speak about the other two players. Footheader, another top professional FIFA esports player. Someone that's won the She Sports Cup a few years back now in the summer. There she's on your screen now. Someone else who's paving the way for the next generation of FIFA players to come through. She partners alongside, obviously, professional footballer at Watford, Rosie Kamita. What do you make of that team and that duo assembled together?
Well, Footheader, I've seen grow in confidence. She's not been professional for too long, since December, but you can see that her level was just going up and up and up. And she was almost surprised when she won the She Sports Cup. And I like that about her. Very humble. You can see that she's really growing within the space. And Rosie doesn't play too often, but she's got the footballing brain. We mentioned she's playing Sunderland tomorrow. Rosie has played football for a very long time, and she's really starting to practice FIFA a bit more now after taking part in the She Sports Cup.
Yeah, if you don't know what the She Sports Cup is all about, credit to one of our superb hosts here at the Premier League, Rachel Stringer, heavily behind that movement and done a fantastic job of just giving opportunities. I think that's one thing we were speaking about on the preview to this exhibition match is there's just more opportunities now, isn't there, for females within esports?
There's a lot of opportunities, and we do have Rachel Stringer to thank for that. And the tournaments have been amazing. I've loved being a part of them. And Rosie co-hosted with Rachel on the last one, and now she's playing in it. And Footheader, I think she really enjoyed her time playing in the competition as well. So it'll be interesting to see how quickly those two gel together as a team.
Absolutely. Well, we have just heard that in the process of getting these teams built, we are going to be going to a quick break now. When we get back, we'll have this exhibition game between the two female teams. It's going to be an exciting one here at the Premier League. Don't go anywhere. We're back in a few minutes when that game is ready.
When it comes to EA Sports FIFA 22, we all want to collect the best foot items for our teams. So, with that in mind, we brought together 3 ePremier League finalists to test their knowledge in what we're calling a fastest finger first style quiz called Stat Attack. Our 3 finalists today, we have Ryan from Man City. Ryan is a boing.
Yeah.
Cosmin. Cosmin's a bell. Jazz. And Jazz is a horn. The first person to make their lovely noise there and correctly identify the item will be given a point. If you buzz in and you answer incorrectly, you're frozen out. Ready, guys?
Let's go. Let's go.
Let's play Stat Attack. Okay, this is going to be trickier first from pace then.
Gotta play 70 defend.
Jazz.
Pogba.
Incorrect. Frozen. Cosmin.
Bruno. Oh, it is.
1 point.
I was thinking that he's a CDM or when I saw the face in the upper midfielders.
Foot item number 2. Dribbling 84, physicality 62.
Must be an attacking player.
Ryan.
No, I'm out in it.
No, you're in.
Okay, no. Oh, you say no. You say no. No way.
Nationality
From the nationality. Listen.
and 3 stats.
Yeah, don't worry about that. We just have it in the locker. Done, Jazz.
I gotta get this one back.
But item number 3. So physicality 60, passing 81, it's defending right wing.
Morris. I knew it from the
He's
physicality.
good at
Do you know what's
this.
mad? Do you know what's mad? I didn't even know it from the pace. It was the physicality at 60. I swear to God. Because I thought, I've seen that before.
2 to Ryan, 1 Cosmin. Jazz, you're frozen. Come
I'm
on,
getting this
mate.
next one. Don't worry. Next one's
I
one.
don't think his buzzer worked.
But item number 4. Jazz, I'm looking at you. Villa, close to home.
Leon Bailey.
Woo! Jazz, tell me about your thought process then, guessing this.
He's probably the only good player in Villa's team.
I like your thought process. That's great. Let's move on then. So we've got 2, 1, 1. Cosmin, Jazz. Let's get another one. Okay, number 5. Flags. Ooh!
Piarte.
Oh, it is. I was...
Oh my days!
We're here.
What was it? The flag that gave it away?
The defender didn't give it away, yeah.
Okay, number 6. Come on, Cosmin. Gotta get on back.
Son. See that flag?
Correctio. No
Easy. Just need the
further.
flag. You see what I mean? The flag, just the
Give it
flag.
away,
You
man.
don't need anything else. Just a flag.
Okay, let's start. 70 physicality, 73
Is that
dribbling.
non-rare?
Non-res is where we draw the line, you know. Not a clue.
English, shooting is 67.
You guys, this is yours. I haven't, no clue.
37 pace. What else do we get?
Mark Noble.
Woo! Mark Noble, Mr. West
Big Nobes, come on. There's not many people slower than that, so...
Ryan and Jazz,
Fighting for it.
between you two, but you could upset the party a little bit here. Okay, number 8, final foot item. 70 defending, centre mid.
Thiago.
Yeah.
Jazz,
You got it.
Everton is your champion. 4 points to Cosmin's
Come
1
on.
to Ryan's 3.
You bottled a big lead there.
What's my day today?
That, guys, was Stat Attack. Thank you so much for playing, Ryan, Cosmin and Jazz. Good luck for the ePremier League finals this weekend. Jazz, though, you are a champion at
Let's
Stat
go.
Attack. Congratulations.
Say it all.
Well, welcome back to the Premier League Grand Finals. We have just had a little bit of a stop on proceedings for group play today as we've got this exciting game coming up for you. It's an exhibition match between 4 female superstars. In between, we have Lisa Manley and Liv Cook up against Footheader and Rosie Kamita. Myself, Brandon Smith, and joining me for the commentary on this one, a guest appearance, Samantha Miller. Sam, we've been previewing this game. We hope it's ready in the next few minutes. But how excited are you for this matchup?
Very, like I alluded to earlier, these are 4 very competitive players. Liv Cook and Lisa Manley, I'm sure they would have been discussing tactics just then, and Footheader and Rosie as well. And for me, it's about who adapts most quickly, because playing within a team is very different, as we know, to playing as an individual. And you can see Footheader's looking a tiny bit nervous there, but I think we're going to have a cracking game on our hands.
I was going to say, what is the biggest thing as well? You've obviously been around at the She Sports Cup in LAN person and from home as well. How big of a difference is it playing in a studio like this for these players, do you think?
Very different. I think maybe nerves get to you a bit more. You can feel how much of a big event it is. Maybe if you're in the comfort of your own home, you might feel a bit less nervous. But for me, it's important to get yourself out there, play on the big stage. And I think the players are really hyped when they see the massive studio and all the graphics. I think it just gets their adrenaline pumping and they really feel up for the game once they get into that studio.
Yeah, we have to speak about Lisa Manley first and foremost. Just came off the back of the She Sports Cup second place run there. You commentated on that one throughout. What impressed you about Lisa in that performance, and maybe just how unlucky was she in that grand final?
I was very impressed with Lisa. Lisa was part of the first She Sports Cup I did, and she lost to Gemma Davison. Gemma Davison is a pro footballer who's just joined Watford, will be partnering Rosie in the team. But for me, you can see that Lisa was a lot more confident in the last one. She got to the final, and she came so close to winning the whole thing. Ebru on the day, her tactics were spot on. She went all out attack. And I actually spoke to Lisa about the final, and Lisa said she had to adapt really quickly because Ebru was playing a long ball over the top. So Lisa had to go all out defensive. Lisa likes to be a very attacking style player, but she had to quickly evolve. And for me, that says a lot about Lisa, how she can deal with different situations.
Yeah, and on the flip side of that, foot header has been a She Sports Cup winner within her past. I think it was in the summer of 2021 she was a winner there. I do believe we are jumping into this exhibition game right now. It plans to be a fun one. 2v2 FIFA eSports always gives a surprise or two. And what are some of those things we have to keep an eye on, Samantha, in terms of 2v2 FIFA? Because it's very different to playing on your own, isn't it, in these sort of scenarios?
It is, and you've got to be a team player. And what's good is the likes of Lisa Manley. She's played for Fulham, Wimbledon. Liv Cook still plays at the moment for a Sunday League team. She's played previously at a high level until she got an injury, unfortunately. And Rosie Kamita plays for Watford. So those three players will know how to work in a team environment, and that's really important. And I'm excited to see the combination of foot header and Rosie and how they work together. But you've just got to be able to switch up your tactics quickly and really notice how your other player plays.
Absolutely. As we said, we are going to kick this one off in just a second. It will be Lisa Manley and Liv Cook kicking from left to right in that Manchester United strip. Keep an eye out for Lisa Manley controlling the red icon above the player's head. Liv Cook with the blue, and on the flip side for foot header and Rosie Kamita, it is foot header with a yellow icon above the player's head and Rosie with the white. So keep an eye on those little moments of magic, or potentially the big mistakes we're going to see. It's a long ball over the top from the start, and it's an easy day for Schmeichel in goal. We are using FIFA Ultimate Teams here, as we rightly said, probably teams that are going to be similar to what we've seen in the Premier League. So it's safe to say, Samantha, expect to see the likes of João Cancelo, Ruud Gullit in those teams, Cristiano Ronaldo. The big names will feature heavily.
Definitely, I'm sure we'll see plenty who featured in Team of the Year. When I did the She Sports Cup, a lot were using the likes of Kante, De Bruyne. Obviously, you've got Ronaldo, Salah, oh, a chance there. Salah, who's in contention for top goal scorer, that golden boot in the Premier League. And you can notice that a lot of players pick the players with the highest stats, and usually around the 90s.
Yeah, one man on your screen there to watch out for. That foot birthday item, Cristiano Ronaldo. An accumulation of incredible FIFA items are available on show. Rudiger, all the way from centre-back, wants to get involved in this first attack for the duo of foot header and Rosie Kamita. This could be a chance from the get-go. It's going to fall to Liv Cook of all. Out the duo. That's the little mistakes you're going to see there. If that's Lisa Manley, do you beg to ask the question, would that have been a goal?
You do, and Liv's usually very calm under pressure. She likes those big pressure moments, and I think she'll be disappointed not to take the chance. But what I found out about Lisa yesterday playing against her is that most her shots were from outside the area. She's got the confidence to shoot from distance. I'm already seeing some changes, some tactical changes in the game.
Yeah, interesting that there's been personnel changes straight away 11 minutes in. Shows that maybe the communication between Lisa and Liv maybe wasn't fully there when they were building that team. But what a chance it was for David Ginola. If you are wondering how the Frenchman makes the team, you are allowed foot heroes in these teams. A foot hero, of course, is sort of just that level down below an icon, a player that has previously played in the Premier League within the career. But look at that from the get-go. 11 minutes in, Samantha, we see the first big chance there. It was a lofted through ball from Lisa. And in the nicest way, it was a really good chance for Liv Cook to probably have gone 1-0 up there. But it goes to show just how deadly they can be going forward with their first real chance of the game.
Well, it was a lovely ball over the top. And I think that's when it comes into play where you need to be a bit more switched on. When you're playing with another player, I suppose you know if you're playing individually that you can play that ball over the top. You're alert to it to get there quick. You don't know what your player's going to do and where they're going to feed you the ball.
One thing just to keep an eye on for those at home, as that was Rosie Kamita having an interesting punt of the ball out to the full back there. Look out for the individual player movements, all right? The player switching is going to play a massive part in this game. You know, defensively, who's going forward, defensively, who's pulling people out of position. Here's another chance. Liv Cook does well, recycles in to Lisa Manley, who's controlling João Cancelo now. And you'll see that from the two pros. Who's got the skill move in their locker, the extra flick of the right stick. Ginola, brilliant pass. Cristiano Ronaldo! Very nearly. 1 goal to the good. They win a corner.
Great save.
Whipped in to CR7, who will be there defensively. Anton Rudiger. Already, though, you did sort of put your hat on the line, Samantha, and you said one team would go and win this game. That team has looked like the team that's been on top so far.
They really do look like the team most likely to score the opening goal. And Liv Cook, if you just talk about her personality, she's won 5 world records. I'll just pause for a minute as we see a break go forward. It's not really been used enough there. Should have potentially been a goal. But just as I was saying, I think someone like Liv Cook, 5 world records. She did something like 217 soul taps and keepy uppies in a minute.
Chance. Off the bar! And on the rebound, it's not there. N'Golo Kante, unfortunately, not known for his air ball. His air... I can't say the word. Aerobatics in the air. I'll tell you what, knocking on the door. That was Lisa Manley with that shot through and goal. And it could be the first chance on the flip side. 4-foot header. And Rosie Kamita. It's going to fall to Rosie now, who's controlling Mohamed Salah. Looks for the cutback. It's brilliantly done. Firmino controlled. Just about possession. Kept intact. Firmino still with it, the Brazilian star of Liverpool. Trying to find a way around defensively. Sound is N'Golo Kante. And they survived to fight another day. But no, absolutely millions upon millions of followers Liv Cook has got. Rightly so off the back of her achievements in the freestyle world. The world record she holds too. Lisa comes forward, passes it in. I don't know why she didn't take the shot. She passed into David Janona, who was miles offside.
You can see already that Lisa Manley and Liv Cook are just trying to establish the communication and working together as a team. It's just about being on the same wavelength. But foot header and Rosie Kamita did have a chance up the other end of the pitch. And for me, it's about how quickly foot header and Rosie Kamita are able to break forward on the counter-attack. Because it does look like Lisa Manley and Liv Cook are controlling the possession a bit more.
I think, as you rightly said, is how long does it take for them to get that connection in terms of in the 2v2 environment. You know, you can see the runs that are being triggered there by Lisa on that occasion with Cristiano Ronaldo, and also understanding how each duo wants to play in this one. This is nicely done on the build-up. Foot header controlling Alan Saint-Maximin, who's been making headlines in the first couple of group games here in the ePremier League. Nicely done, whipped in. Fortunately, that one goes out of play. That's been an improvement in the last 5 minutes or so.
Saint-Maximin has been a player that's really impressed me. It's his pace going forward. I like his backflip celebration. Hopefully we'll see that in the game. He's just a player with real flair about him.
Here comes Cristiano Ronaldo. Nicely done by Liv Cook. It was another brilliant chance. David Janona just wasn't controlled there on that occasion. She did everything right, did Liv. Unfortunately, Lisa just could not control the player on the flip side. This game's so end-to-end. How you want a game of FIFA to be.
Very transitional game so far. Always.
Look at the numbers. Look at the red shirts. Chance. Salah, they're trying to literally walk it into the back of the net. And again, they come so close as the chance is still not fully dealt with. 4 minutes away from the half-time. Whistle being cued. Sancho. Back to Kieran Tierney. Pull it. Speak about total football. They're trying to play total football. Are Lisa and Liv. Unfortunately, there's no way through again on that occasion.
Been a very transitional game end-to-end as we're in with a chance here.
Another brilliant save. It's just not falling kindly as that one goes out of play, and that was Liv Cook, so close.
I have to say, foot header and Rosie Kamita have actually defended really well. They've held on to this game to keep it 0-0. There's been plenty of chances for Lisa and Liv.
I mean, so far at the halfway point, 0-0 somehow in this one, Samantha. I'm not too sure how it is still 0-0. They've had 4 or 5 chances. If we have to be critical of Liv and Lisa, maybe at times trying to play too pretty. Just have a shot.
It is one of those where they try to pass it into the net. And I said yesterday that Lisa was taking shots from distance. I think we need to see more of that. I think she's actually trying to be a real team player, try and find Liv in the box, pass it around a bit together. I think they just need to take shots earlier and be more clinical in front of goal.
And I think on the flip side, for Liv in that duo, I think she's tried to implement that as well. It's not a case of neither of us are desperate to score on this live broadcast for today. They just want to play nice football and they want to play good FIFA and try and find a way forward. What have we got to see on the flip side from foot header and Rosie Kamita? Because let's be honest, They've had about 35 minutes there, the 45 of defending.
I do like that it's been a very tight game. It's been very transitional end to end. And you can see that Rosie Cometa and Footheader's best chance is probably going to come from a counter-attack. And they need to be quick. They need to try and launch the ball up top as quickly as possible. Maybe that's not the prettiest style of football, but I think that's how they could potentially get goals in this game. They've defended brilliantly. And like I said, Lisa and Liv need to take their chances better in front of them.
Word said between both players and both teams there, Rosie and Liv. Also, shouting words across the studio at each other. But it's 0-0 at the halfway point here. If you have just joined us, this is the Premier League Grand Final, day 1 of 2. Of course, we're here all the way until the end of play today with group action. As we're speaking right now, the players in the Premier League finals are having just a slight break to get some refreshments on board before they get back to group play. But in the process, we've had this exciting game so far, which we can confirm, I think, Samantha, there should be goals in the next 45 minutes. Well, I hope there will be.
I hope there will be too. It doesn't look like it at the moment. There's been so many chances, very close. I do feel a goal is coming soon.
A change that has been made. Eric Cantona comes at the halfway point for Liv and Lisa. Interesting change. One of the icons that, of course, had a spell in the Premier League. Here's Coutinho. It's the first shot they've had. It's better. It's a lot better from Footheader and Rosie Cometa. It was Footheader had the shot. But if anything, it was just a routine day in the office for the goalkeeper.
Wasn't enough power and precision on the shot, but much better from them in this second half. An early chance, and you can see they're really going for it now, and it's all to play for at 0-0.
Well, they needed a better start. So far, that has happened. Nicely done. Played into the path of Cristiano Ronaldo. There's a little bit of a button press there. You saw it was time red. If it was to fall to the head of Alain Saint-Maximin, but in the nicest way, he was never winning that aerial battle against Ruben Diaz, let alone the goalkeeper.
You can see already there's battles going on. And I think it's a very exciting game. We spoke about this before the match started, and it really has been end to end, and it's been brilliant so far.
Tanganga in at fullback of Spurs. A special item in the game of Ultimate Team. Coutinho playing his football at Aston Villa. It's been a lot better. Bobby Firmino!
Just over, but much better this second half from Rosie Cometa and Footheader.
That could be an awful mistake. Well recovered there by Liv Cook defensively, really sound, but something as simple as an extra double tap on the X button could come costly there, whether you're skipping a replay. Next thing you know, you're gifting possession back to a forward. It's been a lot better. Chance! Timed it red again! It was a brilliant save regardless. But I don't know what's happened in the halfway point, Samantha, but there has been a massive change of proceedings here and just the way that Footheader and Rosie have come out in this second half.
They're almost like a new team. We didn't see this from them in the first half. Incredible, the improvements, and I think that's what happens. Oh, was there going to be a goal?
And there will be. It's a smash and grab. And it's Liv Cook.
It's like putting on football tactics for you, just wondering.
But it's got it. I mean, we were speaking highly of Footheader and Rosie Cometa, of how well they started, but it's the man that's come off the bench that's provided that moment of magic for Lisa Manley and Liv Cook. Liv Cook with the goal, and Eric Cantona to get this first goal just before the 60th minute mark. We said there was going to be surprises in this exhibition game, and there's the first goal of the match.
Well, Liv Cook, she always says that she's obsessed with getting better. She always wants to be the best, and she steps up in those big moments. She knows that she should have scored and could see another goal here.
Could be two. Liv with another. This time it's another icon. And it's Ruud Gullit with easy pickings.
Thank you. Liv Cook at the double. She's gained momentum. You can see that the first goal has given her confidence, and that's when you have to use that momentum. She's got herself another goal. She'll be full of confidence now, and you can see how disappointed Rosie Cometa and Footheader are. They put so much into this second half, and they've improved, but Liv Cook has just really taken her chances in this second half, and it shows you how quickly a game can change.
Yeah, after we're singing the praises of Footheader and Rosie now. 2-0 down, could be on the way to 3-0 down. It's Cristiano Ronaldo, tries to put on a plate. Could fall Carney back. Sancho. You can tell they're both slightly biased towards Manchester United players, Lisa and Liv, with the amount of them they've got going forward, even in an icon capacity.
They're both Manchester United fans, so it doesn't surprise me at all. And Lisa is signed with Jay Lings.
Yeah, professional FIFA esports player for Jessie Lingard's own esports organisation. It's Lisa Manley. Carrying on the winning team here with Liv Cook. 15 minutes left to play. That's Lisa having some fun on the wing. With Eric Cantona, the goal scorer of the first. Is there anything back chance? Brilliant ball from Rosie Comita on the plate. Could be for foot header. It's a lot to ask. N'Golo Kante happy to get back and defend. And he's done superbly well, the French midfielder.
Don't often see Ronaldo get tackled like that, but Kante, players have spoken about, it's like having an extra player on the pitch. He puts in that much work rate.
Well, it could be 3. Sancho looking for the one more. Again, maybe falling back toward habits there, trying to overplay it. Just take a shot in that scenario of Jadon Sancho. You're already 2-0 up. Surely the confidence should be oozing in those sort of moments.
Lisa did say that she likes playing with Sancho on this game with his finesse shot. You can shoot from distance. And they do just need to take their chances now while they've got the momentum with them.
It's got to be a goal, got to be a chance at least. Rashford cut back, brilliantly done. CR7 and Ruben Dias come clashing together. It will be the Portuguese defender that just about comes out on top. 8 minutes to find 2 goals. It's quite a lot to ask. Rosie Comita from distance will take a shot. Takes a deflection out for a corner. It will go. What can we see? From this corner, whipped in towards that front post and defended pretty well.
And Ronaldo will just try and run as high up the pitch as possible, but Ronaldo's giving it away. Again, we don't often see that with a player like Ronaldo, and he keeps getting tackled. He's got tackled again by Varane.
CR7 to be the provider of the chance there. Finds Rashford eventually after it trickles its way through a few players. But they're on the verge here. Samantha of not just the big result, but a clean sheet as well from Liv Cook. Ooh! And Lisa Manley, what a save that was. Rosie Comita says, why not, from 35 yards out with the midfielder of choice into the hands of Van der Sar, and I think they are on the way to that clean sheet.
It does seem to be the case, and I think foot header and Rosie Comita will be disappointed if they don't get themselves at least a goal back, but it does look like Lisa and Liv are going to go on the attack again.
Could be 3. Cuts back, CR7 goes for a corner. Another chance that maybe on another day could have been 3-0. Played in towards Cristiano Ronaldo's. Met with his Manchester United teammate, Rafael Varane. It's an added time of just 1 minute left to play here in this exhibition game. Will there be enough time to get the ball forward for Rosie and foot header to have just a consolation, if anything, defended superbly well? It will be the duo of Liv Cook and Lisa Manley to take the result here. 2-0.
1-0 doubted.
And you have to say it's fully deserved, Samantha.
Fully deserved. You can see from the start of the game, Lisa and Liv were slowly growing into it. They gave the ball away a bit at the beginning. It was quite transitional. But just after that, they picked themselves up in the second half and 2 clinical finishes.
Incredible stuff in the game there. And what a game it is in the end. 2-0. I think that's it from our exhibition match. And for now, it's over to Nicole.
Oh, all right. Are you all okay? Oh, look, I thought it was about to kick off.
Oh, I'm exhausted. You know, that was a lot. My heart was up and down. But can I just say, Rosie, how were them football tactics you talked about? I feel like who scored 2? All right, yeah. All right, yeah. No, but can I say, I actually think we played better football. I'm not even joking.
Are you mad?
I actually think we moved the ball better. We can go
That's
again.
why I
We can
care
go
about
again.
personally.
It's fine. Better football.
Does anyone have any boxing gloves right now? Who's gonna go? Okay, all right. Let's calm down. Let's chat about the game. Well, firstly, Rosie, why do you think you played better football? I mean, they've just won 2-0.
Yeah. Nicole,
I'm neutral.
You're not neutral, are you?
Go on. No, you guys had quite a few chances. You defended well as well.
No, we did. We defended well. I think we passed the ball well. No, I thought we worked well together.
Issues at the obviously first half, but yeah, no, second half I think it's better.
Sorry.
Yeah, second half was better.
Are you disappointed in me? I feel like you are. I feel like you are. I'm so sorry.
I'm not disappointed in my teammate.
You're proud of me.
I'm not.
She carried you, innit?
I mean, I assisted her, so it's fine.
Okay, so Liv, you got the 2 goals, right? Congratulations, well done. I saw your we all saw your celebration. What was going through your head? No, we loved it.
Nothing went through my head. I just react, don't I? I'm very reactive, and I'm happy. I'm very happy with the win. 2-0. I said we were going to win, and we won.
You should be happy.
Sorry, but let them be delusional in the loss. We definitely played better football.
Confidence made us win, you see.
Yeah, we were united as well. She got mad at me like twice. Not the 10 times I expected.
What were you guys saying to each other at points? Because in the break I could see you guys talking. Were you discussing tactics?
I mean, to be honest, during the game we was just saying like sort of like when it was in the goalkeeper's hands, we were just saying like right back, left back, just to aim it, and just kept calling for the ball, which seemed to work. But we didn't really have any tactics going into it. We just went with 4-4-2, the basic formation that everyone seems to use. It's quite good defensively and attacking, so that's what we went for, and it seemed to work. We scored 2 goals. We didn't go defensive when we went 2 goals up. We tried to get more, but unfortunately.
We kept it fun. I think we played it like normal football. I was screaming at you like I do in my Sunday League matches.
You're really proud of yourself, aren't you, Liv?
Yeah, of course I am. Of course I am.
Well, congratulations, commiserations, but well done to all of you. That was really fun to watch. Kyle, Rachel, back to you guys.
Well, thanks, Nicole, so much, and congratulations once again to Liv and Lisa there. They obviously became champions of our Women's Showcase FIFA event. Commiserations again to Footheader and Rosie Committer as well. And thank you so much to Samantha Miller and to Brandon Smith for casting that one for us. It's great to have those 2 as a pairing as well. Guys, quick thought on that. I mean, we have to talk about Liv's celebrations.
Yeah.
She loved the fact that she scored a couple of those goals.
I mean, she told everyone and their uncle about it, so you can't be too upset. But I loved it. Like, it shows what it means, it shows what it meant to her, and I'm hoping to see more of those type of celebrations today.
And Aga, look at Rosie there. You saw Rosie and then Liv. Look, she's giving all the trash talk. Lisa getting excited, and they really did try and think about their formations and who they were going to have in their squads. And we saw it, didn't we? At halftime, they were talking and analysing tactics, and that's what you've got to do in 2v2 FIFA.
Yeah, you got to be transparent to each other and discuss a couple of things and celebrate. Of course, I actually love the scenes here. So yeah, super exciting match.
You can see that she's a 5-time world record holder, can't you, Liv? And how she kind of goes about her business, whatever she turns her hand or feet to, can't you, Aga?
Well, that's just the presence. I like it.
Right, let's have a look at what's coming up very shortly. Once again, though, congratulations to Lisa and Liv. But the ePremier League action does continue with these games. Chelsea taking on West Ham, Liverpool taking on Everton, a Merseyside derby just there. Southampton taking on Crystal Palace, and Tottenham Hotspur taking on Aston Villa. All of that action is yet to come, so make sure you do stick around. Tom, any of those matches you're looking forward to?
I think I was going to say Group B, but Group D is standing out to me right now. I mean, Tottenham have a lot to do. They got to try and work their way back, but so do Villa. Villa had a solid first leg. Obviously, second leg, Watford did step up. So it'll be interesting to see the dynamic of how those two bounce back, whether they want to play cautious or whether they want to just go out and attack.
Let's see what happens, but we will see it all unfold in front of us here at the ePremier League. So make sure you stick around. There's plenty more action to come.